Hi everybody and welcome back. My name is Chris and we are playing City Skylines and this is my city, Tavino. And today, I think this is episode 40, video 40, episode 40, I am looking at the oil industry that I put in, well, a long time ago. And the reason I'm looking at that is because, well, using Traffic Manager President Edition, I have enabled the despawning mode, which basically means that no vehicles are automatically removed from the game. They basically stop despawning. Now that causes problems. You get a huge amount of traffic and the oil industry seems to generate a huge amount of it. So we're going to look at trying to reduce the amount of traffic that I get through the oil industry by doing a few little changes. Of course, working in the oil industry comes with a huge amount of risk, especially fires. So fortunately, I have a fire service nearby and they're going to do a good job, I think, of putting this out. My 5-star oil industry is working really well. As I said, I'm getting a huge amount of traffic, but it is working really well. I am producing a load, I am importing only a very small amount. Now, the first thought before doing any kind of traffic mods was maybe changing some of the policies will improve things. So, like improve logistics, hopefully that will help reduce overall traffic. Adding automation will also help by reducing the amount of traffic. If that's going to improve efficiency, maybe that will reduce traffic as well. And using the traffic flow kind of information view, you can see I've got a few hotspots there. I've tried to eliminate them previously by putting kind of underpasses, overpasses, putting a few links in. I've also put in a couple of one-way roads in as well to try to really improve the flow of traffic. I've also deliberately made a break in that main road there on the left so that traffic don't sort of go in one direction and come back and forth. I was trying to break up the traffic to make it a little bit more kind of even, or even the flow of that traffic out. So a quick flyover of my oil industry shows that the traffic is still pretty heavy. It hasn't really reduced a huge amount, not that I can tell. So on that, is there something else that I can do to help remove this huge amount of traffic that is running around this area? So I thought I'd tidy up a few of the little areas as well where I've got traffic. I wasn't particularly happy about that kind of weirdness that was going on, so I thought I'd try to make it a bit more of an underpass just to neaten things up a little bit and make it look less odd. So using the Move It mod, I had to change some of the node spacing so that the roads didn't go on top of each other like that. So they come back and they do look a little bit nicer. I also thought to myself, why not? Let's put a little bit of water in the centre there, make a little bit of a feature. Maybe if it's a little bit like a quarry, maybe the groundwater would come up and raise. As you can see, I have a bit of an issue with trying to get the water level correct in there, and I end up flooding most of the oil field. watching some of the trucks, they don't care. They're just going to plough straight through that water. Well, actually, they've been a bit more cautious, but you know, they've gone through it in the end. There was also a few fences in the wrong places. I just need to make some adjustments to those to neaten up the area, just to sort of you know, make it look a little bit more realistic as opposed to, you know, hovering above the entrance to the tunnel, which, you know, wouldn't look particularly good. So one other thing I thought is probably missing was, guess what? A big parking lot. That's correct. I decided to add a parking area, mainly because I think, well, there wasn't any parking areas. The whole oil industry is kind of a bit sparse, it's a bit open. I did try to put everything around in the spaces where you get the maximum amount of resource, so everything doesn't have to be right on top of each other, although probably having everything on top of each other looks the best, but also causes a lot of traffic if you have all the, you know, the oil pumping stations and whatever else in the area. You do tend to find that does cause a few problems with traffic build-up. So my next option, I thought, well, let's put a cargo area, ship cargo area in, so that the ships can come through and collect the oil from locals, so, you know, proper tanker kind of solutions. The issue I had was that there was no real route for them, so I had to go and find a mod on the workshop that I think allowed me to sort of do an anarchy line, so I could actually redraw the bus routes in. Now, I was also having a problem with the depth of the water. The boats need a certain amount of depth, and I thought, well, if I can't get it to work that way, maybe I can go and put a nice tunnel in, make it wide enough, a bit like a canal, so that the ships can go through that area. So I've already installed the shipping cargo area. Now I need to link it up with a few bits of roadways just to make sure that traffic can get there and deposit the loads in. I do intend to use a specific cargo ship, which would be kind of, although it just shows it would be an oil ship, but it won't just do oil obviously, because I don't think you can tell a cargo hub to do a specific kind of resource, although that would be really handy. And this actually may increase my traffic in because there's now cargo being delivered by other types of lorries, trucks. That wouldn't be very handy. Of course, the most important thing is TMPE. Make sure that your roads are doing everything that they need to, so traffic can come on. It's going to give way to traffic already on the roundabout, and to make sure that those going round have clear routes. That's a couple of settings there on TMPE that you have to really ensure are set, otherwise you'll tend to find that the traffic just builds up. So here comes my first cargo ship. It is one of the custom assets. It is absolutely massive, and I've had to do a little bit of work further up on the bridges to try to make sure that it actually clears the bridges, because you see it does these kind of handbrake turns as it goes around the road, the river route. Is a little bit weird, and as it's so big, it gets caught. It gets grounded. Gets grounded on the seabed, riverbed. So I've had to make some serious amendments to one of the little islands on this map so that the actual boat can get round the corner. And of course, what happens when you do something like that? The water disappears, and there's a bit of a manic moment that goes on. And I think if you were on that boat, you'd be pretty scared at that point, and obviously the rear of it is just gone completely through the island. I think actually the way that it models the water is actually quite interesting. quite sure what is going on here, but when the boats actually arrive at the kind of cargo boat hub, they just disappear. Now this is one of the custom assets that I put in, which was the oil one. I thought would look absolutely fantastic going to that actual cargo boat hub, and if that was the only one, because I've got the, I can't remember, the advanced vehicle selector tool, which allows you to select the particular type you want to use. However, it still gets down there and it still would not leave, it would just vanish. It's very annoying. I ended up deleting the entire cargo hub because it just didn't do what I wanted to do. Thanks very much for getting to the end of the video. It is much appreciated. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to be told of future videos by myself. And don't forget to hit the like button to let me know that I'm doing a good job. That would be fantastic. Thank you. I hope you come back for more videos, and I hope you're keeping yourself nice and safe and well. So it's goodbye from me for now. Thanks very much for getting to the end of the video. It is much appreciated. Don't forget to hit